Welcome back to Farming Sim 22 with the Rude Man. Hey, I'm back from holiday. It was great too. I'll tell you about it in a minute. I'm on a new map. While I was gone, Scorpion found the new Australian map. We knew about it. We just were waiting for it to come out. It's a 16X and it's Aussie no man's land. And that's where we're at today. And I may have started off making a big mistake. We'll find out when we get around to it. But I got one little issue with the map, and it's a small one, and it's just aesthetics. So, and I may not be, I may be blowing in the wind on this, but we'll take a look at it. Anyway, it's good to be back. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's take a look. I put a different house in. This one's more rustic, which I thought would be more Australian. It's got darker wood on it. It's not quite so modern as the other one that I was using, but it's still kind of farmery, kind of, if that's not a word. It's farm friendly. Farmer friendly is what it is. Can you wait till that wagon wheel falls down and hits you on the head? Anyway, this is the house that I put in, and it's from the same mod kit that I was using on the other. It's just a more of a rustic look to it is all. But we're going with it. I'm an old coot. I can do rustic. Yeah, see, if the other one had a big deck and stuff out and sliding doors, this one doesn't. It's more homey. And you just run right through the door. So this is what we're looking at. We're going to take a look at this map in just a second here. All I did was to put a house in and to buy a piece of property and buy a couple of pieces of equipment just to get started. Hey, Tim, how you doing today? Let's grab the pickup, and I need to get my controller going here. So it's a Denali, a GMC. I figured it'd be a good workhorse for the farm. Takes a minute for the diesel engine to kick over. But I put a cobblestone driveway in. It doesn't have a garage. It's just a house. And as you notice, it kind of dips. I don't know what that's all about. It doesn't quite, it didn't quite turn out like I wanted, but it'll work. So we got a little bit of a bump and grind in our house area here, but it's just the way it's going to be. If we go in the back, you can see that it kind of slopes down. It didn't till I put the house in. The house level, the ground isn't level. So when you put the house in, the house has its own level. And so it makes a little bit of a, but that's the way it would be in real life too, if you're buying unlevel area. So we own this property here, but here's the thing. It's not set up right in my opinion, but we'll take a look. And let me get my flight mode on and my running multiplier on so we can get up and get around. Okay, so this is the property that I bought, put a house on. Dennis is in the house. Dennis, YouTuber, how you doing? Andy's in the house. Andy's on time because the time finally changed in Great Britain, I guess. I'm doing good, Matthew. Thanks for asking. Tim's here. Birth of Tuber. Is that how you pronounce that? Birth of Tuber? Bert have Tuber? Yoo-hoo. Aha. Welcome. I'm doing fine. Yeah, Dennis is here. I have a couple Dennises now. But we're going to look at this. This is huge. If we look at it, it's Aussie no man's land. Now, I've been waiting for this to come out. I was looking at this webpage that puts this out. There's Dennis already spending money. And it came out while I was on holiday. So what that means is I haven't had a chance to play it till this morning. And all I did was come in and put a house on. I bought two pieces of land and put a house on it. Scorpion's been playing it for a week, so if we have any questions, we'll shout out to him, see if he's got any answers. But all I did was buy just these two pieces here. And when I came on, I mentioned I was a little leery about the way the map was put together. Jeremy, hello, how are you doing? It's the north, south, east, west that's kind of got me bugged a little bit. Tim's buying a tractor. So if we look at this property, let's get out of this map. You'll just see that I bought two pieces, one with a road through it. And there's the town. So we'll look at that. Looking at the regular map, you can see the town is in the middle. There's some form of storage over here for the railroad, I guess. There is a train. It does run, but you can't drive it. So it's not useful for you. But there is a train that goes all the way across the landscape. And then there's a little bit of a harbor down here in the lower part of the map. And up here, I can't remember what's up here. We'll take a look at it, though. And that's all there is. There's a little bit of town, a couple of grain storage there, and a harbor down here. And I can't remember what that is. That might... I'm not going to speculate. We'll just go look at it. So let's go find out what that is. If I can get orientated here. As usual, I was talking fine till I get on the live stream and then I get a froggy throat. I don't know what's causing that. I blame everything on you-know-what, the coof. I'm having trouble with my sense of smell again, so I think that's affecting me from when I had it. I've had it twice, the coof. I've had it twice, that I know of. I've had symptoms off and on from it in the last year, but okay, it's a train grain storage selling point is what it is. But the train doesn't work, so I'm guessing this is just either a sell point or a storage point. I'm guessing it's a storage point, but all right, that's all there is. Let's go back to town. Oh, Rudy, don't take your love to town. Yeah, I know, I can't sing. Especially with a foggy throat. All right, let's go this way. And then I'll explain to you why I'm upset. Well, I'm not upset. It's just a little thing. We'll work it out. It's actually probably more real life kind of thing. More of a reality thing. Okay, so you've got like a lumber type yard here. I don't know what these are. There's fenced in like pasture, unless he put these in as a place for you to put your production in. I'm hoping this is flat land, and because if it is, then I can use it for production. And then there's a big place for you to store your grain and stuff here. A little bit of a town. A couple of sell points here. There's a dairy right there, little dairy. Grocery store. Just the usual stuff, right? There's a gas station, grocery store. The animal dealer is out here so that the smell is out of town. Almost out of town. Christian Taylor's in the house. Hey, Christian. A console melting map. Heck to the no. Is it for all platforms? Like I say, I don't know. I doubt if it's for consoles, but it's huge. It's a big map. If you look, let me show you. Okay, this is what I bought. I bought two pieces of land across this road, and the reason why I'm not upset. I'm just saying that the way it's orientated, I'm heading west right now. And so my property's kind of cockeyed because if you look at the mini map, the arrow is pointing to the center of the piece of land I bought. And if I go like this, it's pointing to the center of the other piece of land I got. So if you look at it, I'm going to go up in this corner. Okay, I'm looking south now. But the property the way I'm going is if now I'm going east and it goes. I was hoping that north and south would be, that this town would be orientated north and south, and it's not. So the town, which is the only thing on the map, really, is not orientated north and south, east and west. So my property comes at an angle like this. So if I start at where I put my house, which I put my house in the corner of the property I bought. So my house is in the corner of the property I bought. And if I go directly east, I'm going at an angle across here. That's what's bugging me. It's my sense of direction is not good. And so I'm thinking that when I bought the property, I was thinking I put my house just outside the corner and that I would start plowing this way, north and south. And then I looked at the map and I said, that's not north and south. It's, well, or east and west even. So it doesn't matter. It's a small thing. And it's nothing I should be upset about because it's no man's land. You make your own fields. If you want to make them north, south, east, west, do it. It's just not going to match up to the town is all. So I got to decide what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave some of these houses around or trees around the house. I'm leaving these in, but I'm going to plow up the field that way. So I guess first thing I need to do is get to work, right? Here's Lori. 4 squares equals a regular size map. Yeah, 4 squares. 4 squares. See all the squares? This thing's huge. So the first thing I decided is where am I going to start? And I thought, well, okay, the only thing on the map is the town. I showed you that there's a grain thing on the edge, and there's one up there, and there's a harbor down that way. But the main part of the town is right here. So I thought, well, I'm going to start close to the town. So do I start on this side, which has got a river going through it? And, so I would probably come out this way. But no, wait. We got power lines. Okay. Well, let's go the other way then. Okay, so let's go out this way. And then I thought, oh, well, look, I got 2 damn roads. The only damn roads in the whole map are going right where I want to farm. And so, okay, so the first field I bought was this way. I'll go this way. And the first thing I run into is a river. So, and then, of course, this way is completely open. So I could have a field the size of 2 states out here. And then I'm bitching about that little bit of a problem up there. It's not really a problem. You want to know the truth? I don't know how to start, and I'm dragging my feet. I'm a go now, BC, because it's storming in real life. Okay, take care of yourself. Stay inside if it's storming. You don't want to get blown away or electrocuted from a lightning strike. You're down at 193. Okay, let's see where Scorpion's at. 193. Oh, geez, you're way down here. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, I wanted to stay more towards the town so I didn't have to build a whole bunch of structure.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that those squares are flat land so I can build. So first thing I need to do is decide how many of these trees are going to stay. I'm just thinking about the ones around the farmhouse. And so I'll start taking here, all of those out. Well, I don't own all the land, and then I'll take these back here out. And so I got to decide where my boundaries are, is what I got to do. So let's get over here. Okay, so these two pieces that I'm in and on each side of the road, I own. So my boundaries start right about here, going that way. Okay. All right, let's get down. I just got to get to work. We got to start. First of all, I can take trees out, and then I'm going to take a mower and mow all this grass. Everything is grass. I guess in Australia, there's nothing but grass until you move in and take the grass out. The whole place must be just grass because it's all grass. Right by the river. Yeah, I'm right by the river too. Oh. So we're going to have lots of grass, and I don't know where to put. I haven't put any storage in yet. I haven't put anything that I normally use in yet. Okay, so there's two ways to do this. I can either cut it down myself, like with this. All right, so I can either do this, or I can come over and go into developer mode. And let's see what we got here. I can never remember where it's at. Is it down here? Remove tire tracks. I never remember where this is at. Go up here. Delete objects. It's on the top one. Okay, so the cogwheel. If I turn this on, and then when I go to a tree, you'll notice in the lower right-hand corner, it says tree. Okay? If I back away, it goes away. What you do is you walk up to whatever you want to get rid of until that window opens. It says what it is. And then you hit delete, and boom, it's gone. Bob's your uncle. But you don't get anything for it. So you don't get any sawdust or anything like that. No wood chips. No wood chips. Anthony, hello, how are you? As you mow, that's good to know, Scorpion. Thank you, because I'll tell you why. I was trying to figure out how to line out or line up where my field's going to be without plowing, because I want to put the border in and then plow inside the border. And I was trying to figure out how to do that. And if you're saying that if you mow it, it makes a field on the mini map, then that's great, because that'll show me where my border is. I can just mow the border. So sweet, I like it. Okay, so if I use this, I'm gonna get something I can sell. So I'm gonna use this. As a matter of fact, let me get a trailer. Trailers for sale or rent. Now I could use my mod, my own very own mod, my Rudeman mod, but it's a little overkill because that sucker holds like 2 million. Don't need 2 million for that, but this is mine as well. What did I do with it? Let's do this one. All right. License plate type 2. Okay. RUDEMAN. MAN 53. There we go. And then no plate. Back plate, no plate, back plate. I guess it goes on the back. What'd I do? Buy it? All right, let's go back and pick it up. You're doing good, Anthony. Great. Glad to hear it. So, Craig's in the house. Hey, Craig. Did I miss anybody? Because I haven't been watching the normal me. I don't watch the chat very good. I get overly excited about stuff and get carried away. So, holiday. How was my holiday? It was wonderful. I'll tell you why. Addie broke up with a boyfriend and was all hot to go on holiday and go swimming and blah and do all kinds of fun stuff, hiking and this kind of stuff. And then she got back together and didn't want to go. Jagan decided if Addie wasn't going to go, he didn't want to go by himself and just be stuck with two old grandparents. Plus, it's his week of his birthday. So I think he was hoping on partying with friends and stuff like that. So he didn't want to go either. So as it turns out, it was just Carol and I, and it was wonderful. We got to just relax and sit and read. I took my PlayStation and played a little online stuff. I played Final Fantasy online most of the week, and Carol read, and we read. We took pictures of a woodchuck that was outside the window. We're right on the Deschutes River, looking down at the Deschutes from our deck, and there was this fattest little woodchuck. Man, this sucker it looked like a beaver. Carol said it was a beaver, and I said, no, it's not. It doesn't have a beaver tail. Well, what else is it? Do you think it's a chipmunk? And I said, not that size. The damn thing was the size of a Cheshire cat. And so I said, it's a woodchuck. And then, so of course, the whole friggin' week, we're looking at how much wood can a woodchuck chuck. So we're trying to measure the trees around, see if he's chucking any wood. He wasn't chucking shit, I'll tell you. Anyway, he was still cute to look at, though. I don't know what he was eating, but he was the fattest little thing I've ever seen. So that was fun. And we got to just relax. We went to dinner. We didn't spend as much money. Well, we just spent several $100s on the kids if they'd have went with us. So we saved a couple $100. So we decided that normally, how come I can't get this thing going? Because I'm talking too much. Normally we go grocery shopping and we buy cases of pop and we buy hot dogs and potatoes and hamburger for meatloaf and hamburger and chili things for chili mac, things we want to eat, tuna casseroles, and it's got the condo's fully housed with dishes and glasses and utensils and pots and pans and everything you need. So we didn't do that. We just bought some things to snack on and just went out. We went for Mexican food one night, and we got steak fajitas, and there was enough of that meal that we ate it for 3 days. So we just bought extra tortillas to make the fajitas, and we ate part of it at the restaurant, took the rest of it home in boxes and ate it for 2 more days. So we just did that for the whole 2 weeks, and we didn't have to pack any food around. We didn't have to pack anything home. Wow, except for the sodas we didn't drink. But it was so relaxing. I was so relaxed. Bill's in the house. Lock the doors, hide the women, put the kids away because they can't see this. Bill's here. Okay, what's going on here? Is that not cuttable? That might not be. And this obviously wasn't the trailer for me because it doesn't turn very good. Evidently, that other trailer has a bigger whatcha-dinger. Now, you notice that this trailer's filling up, but the gauge on the bottom only says 4%. The reason for that is you don't need a trailer. this machine holds a ton of I just like using the trailer. Oh, shoot. I said I wasn't going to cut these down. Dang it. Get away from the house. Bill wants a big field of beets. Plant it, they will come. Uh-oh, I missed a stump. Anybody remember Stumpy? I miss Stumpy. Bill! Uh-oh, where was it? There it is. Can I get it? Yep. Got it. All right, I got to decide what to do with this. Scorpion, when you drop Maurice down, does it screw up the level of the ground? I'll bet it does. I got to find a place to put my Maurice. And I was hoping that these areas that they've got... wait a minute. I could use this area right here, couldn't I? Nobody else is. I could put Maurice right in here. It's already got cement and it's probably flat. What I was hoping was, see these areas that they've got. I'm hoping these are flat because it lined out some of them they're not being used over here. But it is away from my farm though. So, I gotta think about this. See how that picked up the ground when I put my house down? Shoot dang. Yeah. What am I going to do? I could put it down here. I could just use this. Nobody else is using this. And I don't really need the dealer. I don't need this at all because I don't buy from a dealer. Is that what that is? Is that the dealer? Maybe that's not even the dealer. Meat and Livestock, Australia. Huh. Really? I'm deciding. Well, you know what? I can always move it too. I can move it if I put it in over here. Okay, let's hope this is flat. I'm going to put it in. Anybody got any objections to that? Is Oregon still okay? Because mayhem is coming soon. Oregon's never been okay. Well, maybe 200 years ago, but it's a mess now. Yeah, I've been watching more and more of the end times videos because they're all over the place now. Evidently next, is it Monday? Is Monday the 8th? The 8th, there's supposed to be a big eclipse, a total eclipse. And in 2017, was it? It came across in North America, and it started in Salem, Oregon. The eclipse started right where I live. You know, I'm about, I don't know, I'm a couple hundred miles away from Salem. No, I'm not, 100 miles. About 100 and some miles from Salem, but that's where it started. And so it came from northwest and it went across the United States and ended up through Florida area. So it went from the northwest down to the southeast. And this time it's going to go the other way. So it's going to go from like New York or you know, in the northeast down to the south of North America. So it's crisscrossing. The first time it came through in 2017, it went one way. Now it's going to go the other. It's a total eclipse. And the first time it went through, there are, I'm guessing because I can't remember the what I was watching. There's like, I don't know, 8 cities in the United States named Salem. And the first time it came through, the path that the eclipse made through North America hit 7 of the 8 cities named Salem. And supposedly Salem means something in Hebrew. like Jerusalem or something. Salem, that word in Hebrew means something else, and they just thought it was strange that look, there's only 8 cities named Salem, and it hit every one of them, except for one, and the one it missed was close to the path, and they thought that was kind of weird. So they're talking about what's going to happen now on the 8th with this eclipse, and there was another town that had a weird name. I can't even remember what it was, but it wasn't your normal name, like Rivertown or, that it was a weird name, and it hit all of those towns that were named this weird name, like Natali or some kind of weird name. It's a weird name, and they showed that the path went through every single one of those towns, and there were over 7 or 8 of those. But I don't know what any of that means. But they keep saying that we're looking at end times and things are coming to... I could have told you that. And I'm ready for it. Okay. Now that I've depressed everybody. What was I doing? I was going to put in Maurice. Maurice! Where are you, Maurice? Okay. Production, silos... Maurice, where are you? I'm just going to throw it in this area right here. Right about there works for me. Land is not owned by me. Oh, great. Are you kidding? Well, that's normal, I guess. All right, fine. I got to buy it. I got to buy it. I got to buy it. Okay, where is it? I can't tell where it's at. I think it's this one right here. Wow, I can buy the whole damn thing and it cost me millions of dollars. Jeez. Oh, cheese and crackers. Well, I guess I got to do it, huh? So I'm buying all the production. It's going to be mine. But I tell you what I'm going to do. That's not fair. I'm going to put the million back. Okay, there's $1, there's 10, there's 100, there's 1,000, there's 10,000, there's 100,000, there's a million. Boom, Bob's your uncle. I got my $1 million back. All right, so now let's put in that. Now that I know that, I'm going to use all that property. It's all mine. If I had to buy it, it belongs to me, right? Overlaps with another. What? Overlaps with another. What's it overlap? Oh, there we go. Hang on. All right. Good enough for government work. Okay, what am I missing? Corn cob time. What? Corn cob. What? Somebody taking a rump? They need a corn cob? Did I tell you guys that I was supposed to get another colonoscopy and I said no, I was going to do a different thing? While I was gone, that item came. And I've been telling everybody I was going to poop in a bucket. And they said, no, seriously, what do you have to do? No, you actually do. You get this box, and it's got a frame in the bottom, and the whole thing is a zip bag. You unzip it, and out of the middle comes a little bucket. It's got a screw on top. Uh-oh, there went my camera. Come on back, camera. I have no control over that, does it? So, anyways, you actually poop in a bucket. So, there you go. And I haven't done it yet. I've been putting it off. Isn't that joy? But it's not my fault. Somebody's talking corn cobs, and that's what I thought of. Overlapping your trigger for the animal dealer. Is that what it is? Well, we got it done. No tea and biscuits, huh? Ghosties talk about tea and biscuits. What the hell? Place anywhere in Easy Dev. Yeah, that was going to be my next thing, but it worked out okay. Poop in a bucket. Yeah, maybe. All right, let's grab this guy. I'm going to switch out trailers. I don't like the way this thing's pulling. So I may go ahead and get that one of mine. Trailers for sale. I got something weird to talk about too, and it's just driving me nuts. And I blame it. Does everybody know what the coof is? Because I'm not allowed to say the real word. I've gotten away with it a couple times, but I'm pushing my luck. So as you guys know, I've gotten it at least twice, and I've had other things that made me wonder about it because I've talked about it many times. You've heard me. When I got it, I lost the sense of smell, I lost the sense of taste, and I lost my hearing in one of my ears. Andy. The sense of smell came back within about, 72 hours, 3-4 days, 3-4 days maybe. I can't remember. Maybe it was 3-4 days after the fever went away, and I had a fever for like 3 days. Okay, my sense of taste came back after a week or so. It took over 6, 7, 8 months for my hearing to come back. And I've had some weird symptoms since then. One of them, after I got my hearing back, everything was fine for a while. Then I got this thing where if I swallowed or I bit down, just put my teeth together or chew, I got this pain from my jaw area straight up through my eardrum, like somebody was sticking a hot ice pick through my ear. It's just very painful. So when I had to start chewing lightly and chewing, but not actually putting my teeth together, that went on for months. And this was after, this is a year after I had the initial whatcha-dinger. So I've had all these weird little symptoms, right? Well, now I go on vacation and I washed my clothes. I don't take a lot of clothes on vacation because I'll wear a set of clothes and that night I'll throw them in the washer. So that way I only take maybe 3 sets of clothes. One's always clean in the suitcase. One's in the washer and I'm wearing one. So I put these clothes in, and do you guys know what these dryer things are that you put in, like Bounce, I think it's called? So you throw your clothes in the dryer and you take this little paper sheet, you throw it in, and it supposedly keeps it from wrinkling, and it gives it a little bit of a fresh smell, I guess. Does everybody know what those are? What happened was I washed my clothes. That night when I went to bed, that afternoon when I'm sitting around, I could smell something in my clothes like that Bounce thing. I don't like smells. I would not have, I would be hard pressed to be with a woman that used a lot of perfume and smelly stuff, because I don't like smelly stuff that I can't get away from. And so I'm sitting there and I'm smelling this smell, and I'm thinking it's coming from my clean clothes that I just took out the dryer. And I'm thinking that it's because of something that was in the dryer, like maybe one of these Bounce things or detergent of some kind that I'm not used to. Now, they were using Tide. I don't use Tide. Roland Toy, how are you? Scent beads. Yeah. Gain fabric softener. Well, anyway, I couldn't get that smell. When it was time to go to bed, I jumped in the shower, took my clothes off, jumped in the shower, Here's too much information for you. I don't like wearing clothes when I sleep, except for panties and not Carol's. Anyway, so I took a shower. I always take a shower before I go to bed. And I couldn't go to sleep because I couldn't get this smell. I couldn't get away from it. It was in my nose or in my sinuses, and it was driving me nuts. I'm just tossing and turning, and Carol says, "What the hell's wrong with you?" I said, "The smell. This smell is so strong, and I can't get away from it. I can't breathe. I literally couldn't breathe because if I did, I had that smell in it, and I couldn't get away from it. I got out of bed and I'm running around the house. I'm running outside to try to get fresh air, and I couldn't get this smell out. And it was that way all week, and it's still that way. I got up this morning and I didn't smell it. I put some clothes on, clean clothes. I didn't smell it. I came in here, was working on this map, getting it set up, and I didn't smell it. And now it's come back. And I'm smelling it right now, and it's strong. And I'm thinking that it's part of the coof. Yeah, I think it's a side effect from that. There's something that I can't get out of my sinuses. And maybe I'm not really even smelling it. I am smelling it. I know what it smells like. And that's what it smells like. It smells like those stupid dryer towels or whatever they are. And so I'm thinking that it's part of that. Because I was, last week before we went, I wasn't feeling real good. I wasn't fever, I wasn't anything like that, but I wasn't feeling real good. And Carol says, every time you say that, maybe you've got it back again. Because the symptoms are there. I don't know what to do. It's just driving me nuts. I just can't get away from that smell. During the day, it's not so bad, because I can entertain my brain enough to kind of not think about it, even though I'm smelling it. It's at night when I've got nothing in my mind, and all I've got is that smell in my head, and I can't get rid of it. I can't get away from it. And it's just driving me nuts. I just want to blow my brains out. Not literally, but you know what I mean. I probably shouldn't have said that, but that's how I feel. I just wanted to tear my sinuses out. I've thought about using a neti pot. Anybody know what a neti pot is? A netting pot? Well, there are things. What Scorpion's talking about, a psychosomatic smell issue. That is a thing, and it's more than that. It could be a medical issue. A brain tumor can cause you to smell things that aren't there. There are other things that can cause things to that. The only reason I'm thinking of that it's maybe coof, is because of the symptoms I got when I had it. And I'm serious about this. In my opinion, most of my problems was caused by the jab that I got, and not the actual sickness. I wish to hell I never got that. I got the first one and a booster, and then when the second booster came out, I said, "You're going to have to shoot me to give it to me. Literally, you're going to have to drag me in handcuffs, because I ain't doing it." And I wish I hadn't have done the first two. So I don't know. That's me in a nutshell. It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor. I can't say that in a German accent. I said that about Arnold Schwarzenegger. I said that about him, and somebody said, well, he's not German, he's whatever he is. What's that other country? Bavaria? I can't remember. And but I've heard Arnold himself say that he speaks in what's considered a southern German accent. So, in other words, if y'all say y'all, and that's in America, that's a Southern accent. Hey, y'all, how's everybody doing? That's a Southern accent. Not a very good one, because I'm not Southern. Not a very good one. But Arnold Schwarzenegger has been accused. This one doesn't pull any better than that other one. He's been accused of having a Southern German accent. So they're talking about a German accent, well, a hillbilly German accent. So when I say that he speaks German, that he's got a German accent, that's what I'm talking about. He himself says he does. So there, take that. He may not have been born in Germany, but Austria, that's where he's from. Did I miss that? Somebody tell me that. It's a Tuma. You never got more than 2. Carol had 3. She got the second booster. Oh, and it all depends on which one you got. We didn't get the Pfizer one. We got the other one. Austria is a German-speaking country. Okay, well, there you go. So people have been telling me, and evidently there are people that don't know. Now, Andy knows. He's over there. I always thought Austrians talked Australian. Well, there's stupid people out there. I could be one. Because he's from Austria, maybe other people that I said, well, he speaks German, maybe they don't know. So maybe they thought maybe they think that Austrians speak Australia. I don't know. Australian. Good day, mate. It's going to take me forever, isn't it? For some reason, those bushes they're hard to mow. They're hard to cut with this thing. So I'm going to do, for those, am I still flying? For those, I'm going to do this. It's easier than trying to find a sweet spot to mow it. I keep saying mowing, but it's not really. It's cutting. But I don't know. Call it whatever you want. I don't care. I'm in an I don't care mood today. That where you dial 666 for the emergency services. Throw another shrimp on the bobby. Yeah. So I watched a video about that the other night. Damn, I wish I hadn't of. I watched a video on the 666 thing and Revelation and that kind of crap. I was so friggin' scared I couldn't go to sleep. I'm a Christian. I'm not worried about things like that. What they were talking about was the sign of the beast, and that the sign of the beast isn't 666. So in all the movies, when they show that, they'll show a 666 on your forehead. That's not what it is. 666 is not the number of the beast. There's a number of things that add up to the sign of the beast, and they equal 666. It isn't 666. They just equal 666. So there's a number of things that they could put on you that would be the mark of the beast that aren't 666. But anyway, that's beyond me. I'm no theologian or anything like that. So, I didn't go to the seminary. All that kind of stuff. So that's debatable, I guess. That's just what I've been told by theologians. Anyway, they're talking about sign of the beast, and that at the time that you are forced to get it, because people that are Christians are concerned that they're not going to get it because they know what it is, but what happens if they're forced to get it? Because what will happen in those times, supposedly, is that if you don't get this, whatever it's going to be, whether it's a chip in your hand or a finger or on your head, whatever it is, if you don't get it, you will not be allowed to buy or sell things, anything. And that includes food. So if you don't get that, you will not be able to buy food to eat, and you will starve to friggin' death. The other thing is, there's another thing that says in the later times, when the false prophet is around, there's the beast and the false prophet. And the false prophet is the one they talk about that supposedly gets a mortal wound but lives. And it's going to be like the leader of the world. And there's supposedly a time where if you don't get the mark and you refuse to get it, then you will be decapitated. And that's the end of that. And so they're talking about this, and the thing that I'm watching, it says, so this is your choice. Getting this sign is going to be one of the only things that's not forgivable by God. Getting this because it's a sign of Satan or whatever, it's a sign of the beast. That's an unforgivable sin from God. So if you get it, you're done. You're toast. So people are going to not want to get it. So what are your choice? Your choice is to be beheaded. And I'm thinking about that. And then here's their but don't worry. The pain from that is not very long. It's only seconds and it's over. So I'm not worried about the actual pain from getting beheaded. I'm thinking about all the acts leading up to it. I'd be terrified. So, I couldn't sleep after watching that. I'm not too concerned. At my age, I'm not going to live that long. So, just you young suckers got to worry about stuff like that. Great visual. I don't know how much of this is actually my land. Hey, Scorpion, if these trees are on somebody else's land, will I be able to cut them down? I should try that. Rolling. Oh, there's studies about that now, too. Unfortunately, before I watched that video, I watched one on the science. There's scientists that have been studying people get their heads cut off and that they're still alive for a while. There's some doctor in France that got permission from a guy that was being beheaded, to be able to take his head and study it after he's done and stuff like that. And the guy said, sure, I won't need it. And so at the time of the execution, he's got a stopwatch going, and he's asking the head questions, and the head is blinking at him like for answers. And this went on for quite a while. And then he would say that the eyes would close, and it would look like it was over. The guy's not there anymore. He checked out. And then he would say his name, and the eyes would open up. Weird. The doctor said he did that 2-3 times, and I think the third or fourth time that he did it, they didn't open. Okay, I don't have access to this land, it says. All right. But it still let me have the tree. So evidently that land that I'm doing all this on is really mine, because it's letting me do it. Michigan Jerry's in the house. Hey, Michigan Jerry, how you doing? You were cutting whatever tree you wanted to. I just wanted to, I didn't really care about the tree. What I cared about was, am I still on my property? I don't want to waste my time cutting trees that aren't on my property. And because the property doesn't go in a straight line, I wasn't sure. So I was hoping that it would tell me when I went to try to cut down the tree that it wasn't on my property, and then I would know that, hey, I've left my land. Anyway, that's what I was trying to do. I could look at the mini map because it kind of shows me the border, doesn't it? So these are all mine. And I'm missing some of the stumps, I think. Some of us are good, some of us are really good. Michigan Jerry's trying to flatter me. Professor. Well, I actually did teach at a college. I'm not a professor though. Yeah, interesting. When I went to college for computer programming, I never did it for a living, but I went to school for that. So I have a degree in data processing. That's what they used to call computer programming, data processing, because back in those days, you were actually processing the data. There was no keyboard. You didn't walk up to a computer and have a keyboard to type instructions in, and there was no monitor. The computers back then were a key punch machine. So you punched holes in a card. In the card, the computer read the holes in the cards and put the instructions in, and the answer that you were getting came off of a printer. There was no monitors and no keyboard. So we were processing data, and but we were writing programs. Later it became, a different title for that. But when I was in college, it was data processing, and that's what I have a degree in. So when it came to home computers, I got pretty damn good at them. I've built almost all of the computers I've ever owned. I built myself, and at one point I was teaching a college course. Now, it wasn't a regular college course. You guys know what adult education is. Adult education is you're not in college. You're working for a living, but you want to learn something about computers, so you take a college course. You're not trying to learn how to be a programmer or anything like that. It's like it's on a specific thing. Like I might be teaching a course in how to use Windows, or how to use a particular program. That's what you're doing for adult education. So I want to be a secretary, and I need to know how to use Windows, and I need to know how to use a spreadsheet, something like that. So a particular program. So that's what I taught. It was adult education. It was in evening courses, and I had to take a little bit of. I had to provide all of my credentials, all the training I had, and any classes that I took, all of that stuff before I could be an instructor. But I did that for a while. Yeah, I had to blame Windows for everything, and I do. What did I miss? Oh, Jerry's running the barbecue today. I want a hot dog, Jerry. And guess what time it is? Anybody know what time it is? And don't say it's Howdy Rudy time. It's Howdy Rudy time. Anybody remember Howdy Doody? You guys aren't old enough. Anyway, it's time. And what time is that? Let's see. What did I have last week? I had a let me think. I had a Dr. Pepper last week. I'm going to go to a Mountain Dew. I haven't had one for a while, believe it or not. So it's soup du jour. And reach in my... You might wonder what I'm doing. I have a refrigerator right next to me. It's kind of behind me a little bit. To the side. Anyway, I keep snacks and stuff in there because I'm diabetic and I need to eat and I need to drink and I like it really cold. Keep all my insulin in there and stuff like that. Just so it's handy, because I don't want to have to get up if I don't have to. So we're going to put this in the magic gravity machine. Loads itself. Pop a top. Take a swig. Oh, man, that's cold. Oh, it's so refreshing. And no, I don't get sponsored by Mountain Dew. Okay, so, and that's what it does to me. It gives me energy. Hopefully, it clears my throat. I don't know what causes that. I swear to God, as soon as I get off of this live stream and go in the living room and talk to Carol, it'll be gone. And I didn't have it before I started. It's weird. She's blaming that on code, too. Whoop. Oh, geez, I said the word. I'm going to get demonetized if I don't get kicked off the channel. Guess what April Fool's Day was? What's today? Tuesday. Yeah, yesterday. Guess what I did yesterday? I figured since it's April Fool's Day, I was going to finally get my taxes done. I put it off too long. I usually do. Because I have to pay most of the time. Sorry, I should have took the cat down. Sorry, Tim. Cheers. So yeah, I did my taxes yesterday. Thank God, Oregon had a kicker. Oregon has this thing they call a kicker, that if they overtax, they will do a kicker. They'll kick some back to the voters or to the taxpayers, and it only happens. Well, gosh, it's only happened 2-3 times in the last 20 or 30 years. So this year was a kicker. They overtaxed us, and we're willing to admit it. Normally they don't. They must really, really have overtaxed us this year, because normally they won't admit it. They juggle the numbers and make it look like everything was okay, that they can keep it. And so this year we got it. For my household, for me and Carol, it was a $700 bill, of which I didn't get any. So I owed the state about $900, and so with the $700, I have to pay about $200. It's $189, so it's less than $200. So I had to give them a check for $189, which I did. I just paid it with a credit card. Now don't take that the wrong way. I paid it with a credit card because I use credit card for everything, and the reason I use credit card for everything is I get a percentage on what I spend it on. If I'm buying gas, I get like 7%. If I'm buying food, it's a percentage. If I buy anything else, it's a percentage. So at the end of the year, I'll get a check from the credit card company for a couple $1,000s because I use my card on everything. And then, and I don't even pay it off once a month. I pay it off 2-3 times a month. I do everything online. So when I go online and it shows that my credit card's up above a few hundred, I'll send it in. I pay it. At the end of the month, I don't owe that credit card anything. I don't keep money on a credit card. So when I say I used a credit card to pay that, I did. And then I immediately took the money from my checking account and paid it to the credit card. So I don't keep an amount in the credit card. I don't owe the credit card anything. All right, we're going to delete that. But yeah, so fortunately, on the federal taxes, I end up getting about $1,400 back. I normally don't like to do that. I like to pay, because if I'm paying the taxes, that means that I am using all of my money for a living during the year. If I get a refund, that means that the government got my money and used it all year instead of me, and then I have to wait for a refund from them. I don't like that. I like to write them a check, and that's why I wait till the last minute in April to do my taxes, because I want to pay them, but I don't want to pay them any faster than I have to. So my job is to try to figure out during the year how much to withhold for taxes, and if I do it right, I end up writing them a check for $1 maybe, or $10 or something. So when I get a refund for $14, that means I've screwed up. I didn't do it good enough. I know a lot of people use tax refund as a savings account. What you doing this year? Oh, as soon as I get my tax refund, I'm gonna buy me a motor scooter. What? I want to use that money during the year. I don't want my government to use it all year long. That's my money. I don't mind paying taxes. I don't mind. I'm a citizen. I live in this country. You know, I want my country to do well. I want other people to get things that they need to get from my tax money. I don't mind that. I do mind that I don't have a lot of say in how it's spent. I do mind that. I don't know any taxpayer that minds that. Oh yeah, spend it any way you want. Buy yourself a new jet, Mr. President. But anyway, that's just me. Gives me something to do. Yeah, the way you, if you listen to me, you would think I'm a penny pincher because I'm on my bank accounts 2-3 times a day. I know where every penny's going, and I know when it's going, and I know, you know, what's due, what needs to be paid, what doesn't need to be paid, when I want to pay it, how much I want to pay. I'm on there 2-3 times a day on those accounts doing money stuff, and people, you'd think I'd be a penny pincher. I'm not. Money means nothing to me. Carol's been the happiest woman in the world because she literally can spend money any way she wants. I don't care. Because she worked in her lifetime as hard, if not harder, than I have. She deserves every penny she earned. If she wants to spend it on frivolous stuff, I don't care. As long as I've got a meal on the table, the rent's paid, you know, I have clothes to wear, I've got gas to go someplace. If I want to go have a taco at Taco Bell and I've got the money in my pocket, that's all I care about. So she can spend money any way I want. Now she's pretty conscientious about that, because she would ask me, do you mind if I go get a new purse? No, buy anything you want. I don't care. You earned it. Because I know that if she gets there and she decides that, well, I don't really need a new purse and I don't really like any of the ones I'm looking at, and you know, or there's something about it not quite right, maybe it's not right color, she won't spend the money. She thinks about it before she does it. About 9 out of 10 times when she says she wants to spend money on something, she doesn't. She just likes shopping. She likes to go and try it on and take it home and try it on and then take it back and get a refund. She does that almost on a daily basis. Half the stuff that she buys, clothing-wise, at Costco that's on sale, or, you know, more than, you know, like I say, 9 out of 10 times she'll take it back because she decide she doesn't want it and she doesn't want to spend money on it. Here's what I hate about these maps now. If you look straight where I'm looking, see those trees? They're not there. Watch. They go away. I hate that. Why does it do that? I just hate that. Anyway, I got to get a mower. John's in the house and I missed him coming in. Sorry, John. What's John up to today? You're buying a drone? Well, Jerry, don't misunderstand me, what I'm talking about. Don't misunderstand me. I don't have any problem with people getting a tax refund. Not at all. As a matter of fact, I'm almost happy about that, in the respect that there's a lot of people that use a tax refund as a savings account. Like I said, I can't tell you how many people I know that say, I can't wait till the end of the year to do my taxes because I want to get a new drone. Okay? I know a lot of people that way. They count on that tax refund, when all they would have to do if they want a new drone and they know they're going to buy it at the end of the year because that's tax time. Okay, so taxes are due on April 15th. So let's just say that I'm waiting every April to get something that I normally wouldn't go buy because I don't have the money for it. Okay? Like a drone. Do I need a drone? No, I've already got two. But do I need one? No, but I'd like to have a better one than I've got. Okay. Well, in April, I'll be able to do that because I'll get my tax refund. Okay? A lot of people do that. A lot of people. And I don't have a problem with it because, in a way, that's the only way they can save money. Now, how would I do it if I didn't have the money to buy a new drone and I knew I wanted one next April? Because it's April now. I can get one next April. Okay, instead of doing a tax refund, I would start putting money in a savings account. I'd put, a couple $100 a month in a savings account for 12 months. Maybe $100. Depends on the expense of the thing. And then I would take the money out of savings. When I had enough, I would take it and buy it. There's nothing different than that in the tax refund. They're doing the same thing. They're just letting the government hold it for a year and then taking it and spending it, and that's perfectly fine. I'm glad they're at least saving some money, because everybody should be saving money. You should have enough money, as they say, to buy enough groceries and stuff for about 3 months, something like that, or monthly home expenses. However you look at it, you should have enough money in the bank to be able to survive 3 months by paying rent, food, gas, stuff like that. That's almost impossible for most people, I know. But, I don't have anything wrong with people getting a tax refund. Not at all. It's their money. They deserve it. It's just not the way I do it. So, and does that mean I'm unhappy because I'm going to get $1,400 back from the feds? Hell no. I'm happy as all hell. As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for me getting money back from the feds, I would have had to pay that $189. I don't. I'm getting it back from the feds. I'm just going to trade money. Here, Fed, take this, give it to the state. And I can tell you right now why I owe the state money. I owe the state money because they tax my Social Security, and I can't have the government withhold my Social Security. So for my retirement, I have them withhold for taxes. With my money I take from my insurance company, my life insurance company, my retirement that I have there, I have them withhold, so that I've got money in the bank for when it rolls around that I have to pay taxes. Okay? I can't do that with the feds because the feds don't expect that your Social Security is going to be taxed, but Oregon taxes it. Whether they can legally do it or not, I'm not sure, but they're doing it. And so I go to the government and say, federal government, can you withhold this much money from my Social Security so that I can pay taxes at the end of the year? They say, no. They don't have a system for that because you're not supposed to pay taxes on Social Security. So anyway, that's what it is. I don't withhold anything for the Social Security I get, and consequently I have to pay taxes on it at the end of the year, and that's what for the state. That's what that is. So if I move into a different state, I wouldn't owe the state anything. Well, that's considering if I'm in a state that actually has income tax. Some states don't have income tax. They got property and sales taxes and everything else, but not income. Other states have income and don't have sales tax. There's some states have both income and sales tax and gas taxes and every other kind of tax. What am I doing? I'm looking for a mower. Where they at? Probably in the motorized vehicles. Anybody see the mowers? Mower. There it is. My finger was almost on it. All righty, I'm going to get this one here because I like it better. I'm going to put the big engine in it. I don't care about the tires. We'll leave that alone. And we're going to do a GPS. Main color. Let's do something different. I'm going to do it. Should I do it red? No, let's do something else. That's ugly. Isn't that ugly? That's frightening. Holy smokes. How's that look? That don't look too bad. I'll go with that. I don't like it, but I'll go with it. Okay, let's buy it. John, what are you up to today? I missed John coming in, didn't say hello. Don't know how he's doing. I guess he's doing okay. You doing okay, John? Your dad does stuff like that? Your dad's probably younger than me. I don't know. Yeah, I was real big into, well, you guys know I used to be a commercial loan officer for a national bank. So I've always been around money and dealing with money. I've done a lot of, in computer programming, I did a lot of installations. I was a network installer for NetWare, a company called NetWare. I installed systems. All of this as a second job, not while I was doing other stuff. It was a side job. Just another thing to add up that Rudy's done in his life. But I used to install programs too, and I used to be a consultant for home computers. People would call me up and say, my computer's so slow, I can't even hardly start it up. There's something wrong with it. And I would go to their house and I would clean it up and, teach them how to use programs and show them how to run the computer and do stuff. So I was a PC consultant for a while. But one of the things I used to do was install software. And one of the softwares I used to install was CPA stuff. And it was a program. It wasn't TurboTax. It was an actual program made for CPAs. It was a big program for CPAs, for actual accountants. Did I buy that thing twice? Why did I do that? That's silly. Now what am I going to do? Bought it twice. Anyway, I actually installed a program for a CPA, and he said, "I'll do your taxes for free because you did. I'm so happy with what you did with your programming." He said, "I've already used it, and I've already been making money using it." And he says it's working really good. I'm surprised, and so I said, "No, that's okay. I usually do my own taxes, and I use just a TurboTax." He says, "Oh, come on." He said, that's not going to catch everything. And I said, "Well, it's okay because, I don't have complicated taxes. I don't have any real complicated stuff. It's not too bad." So he says, "Well, let me see what you got." And I showed him. So I did my taxes. I brought them to him. And here's the funny part. Cannot you sell this from here? Yeah, you can right there. All right. I showed him my taxes I'd done on TurboTax. And he came back and he said, "Damn." And I said, "What?" And he said, "It caught something that I missed. And it caught everything I would have caught." I'm impressed. There was one thing that it caught that I would have missed. And he was shocked. And this $50 program did so good after I just installed a $1,000 program on his system. I thought that was pretty funny. Okay, here we go, loop-de-loo. I don't know what I'm doing here. Has Scorpion hit the road yet? Scorpion, are you working? This this rig looks green to me because of these yellow glasses, these amber glasses. Actually, no, it looks better. It looks better blue. It looks green to me with these glasses. I don't mind the blue. It looks good. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. First of all, I'm going to go out to the property that I don't own. I don't own this. And I want to try something here. Let's drop this. John's got a sore throat. Oh no, John. You guys still have snow? Scorpion's driving already, is he? God, I'm missing half the chat. I gotta close up my mouth and watch the chat more. I have been accused of talking too much. All right, I'm gonna start this mower up and see if it'll let me mow this grass. Okay, it will. Even though supposedly I don't own this property. Really? Yeah, supposedly I'm not on the property. Oh wait, I do own it. Oh, I do own it. Remember, I bought all the property on the that's got. I did buy this. All right, let's stop this. I want to go to a piece of property I don't own and see if it's going to let me mow it. Okay, so I don't own. Do I not own this? I don't own this. Wait a minute. I don't know where in the hell I'm at. Here, I don't own this. Let's see if I can mow it. Come on, drop them down. I pushed the button. Why is it not dropping? There it goes. It's just slow, I guess. You don't have access to this land. All right, so it's not letting me mow it. So I need to know that because I want it to tell me where my boundary is. So I'm going to come in to what property I own and let me see if I can line it up north to south. So north or south would be 180 degrees. So let me get 180 degrees. I can see it in the mini map here. There's 180 degrees. The mower's running. If I drive straight now, it should start when I get to my property. Right? And it did. Okay, there's my property right there. Okay. Okay, that's my property. So, if I line this thing up, all right. Okay, so I want to line this up going west, which would be 270 degrees. So if I line this up at 270, all right, that's directly west. So let's get. Did I buy GPS on this? I did. Okay. All right, let's set this thing up. We're going to do an auto width, and we're going to do da-dum. Let's do a set A. Run this for a second. and do set B. Okay. Now I can't see if there's all right, something's not right here. Let's see. Set up. Track name Mo. Whoops. Mo, Curly, and Larry. Three Stooges. Save that. It's going the other way. I can't see my lines. How come I can't see my lines? Are they not turned on? Okay. I didn't turn them on. That'll make a difference. That will make a difference. Okay, so I want them to go this way. Bear with me. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And flip it that way. Get this lined up. For some reason, I've got it in my mind that I need to have everything set up north, south, east, west. So let's reset that. That should be, if I start it, that should be 270 degrees or close enough for government work. 270 degrees. Okay, it is 270 degrees. So if I turn it on and run with it, this should be my border. All right. Can't do yours, too complicated. Well, fortunately, you know, I've been doing taxes for a long time. I used to have complicated stuff. How come I don't have this set on Windrow? I can't remember how to do this. Widespreading, fold more, toggle work mode, Control Y, swath dropping, left swath, right swath. Okay, it's swath dropping. There we go. Yeah, back when I was working, when I was younger, I had more complicated taxes. I had stocks and bonds. I had overseas investments. I had a couple of rental houses. You know, I had weird stuff. And so it was a little touchy. My taxes are relatively easy now because all I have my my retirement from the government for work and Social Security. And if I'm taking anything out of my retirement of my own money, which is with an investment company, I have that. So those are my three forms of income, and YouTube. And YouTube, I made last year from YouTube about $200. I don't make anything from YouTube. So I have those four forms of income. That's it. I don't have anything complicated. I don't have my taxes are so normal now that normally I just take the standard deduction because it doesn't do me any good to itemize anything. I don't have anything anymore, so I just take the standard deduction. That's the easiest and the best way because I don't have all those complicated things anymore. So, all right, so there's my boundary, so I can then line this up this way and do it all over again. And do it all over again. Ba-da-bum. Ba-da-bum, bum, bum. A Crystal Gale song. Okay, so now we do it. Oh, whoa, whoa. I screwed up already. I didn't turn the GPS on. And I'm gonna have to mow around these trees, but now I will know what trees to take out. Right. Even though I've got easy taxes, it still took me half a day to do them. Literally, I started about 8 o'clock in the morning. I wasn't done till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It was, I hate it. I just hate it. I would be, if they came up with a flat tax, I'd be the happiest man in the world. A flat tax and leave the time at daylight savings time, I'd be happy. That would be great if they said, "Look, we're going to take 10% out of your income for taxes." Good. Then I don't have to sit and do taxes every year. I'll just give you my money and you take what you want and we call it even. Great. I like it. Okay, now. Now we go the other way. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I have no idea. And I know why they won't do it. They won't do it because it would put all the accountants out of a job. And that would hurt the economy. So there you go. And all the rich people would be mad. Places like Amazon that doesn't have to pay taxes. They got a sweet tax deal. All right, gonna flip it back around here, reset it up, drop it like it's hot, turn it on, and Bob's your uncle. Hey, you people over across the pond, how did people start saying Bob's your uncle? How does something like that start, I wonder? You know, the easiest thing for me, rather than go get that other machine, is just to do this. I'm not getting any, what do you call it? Wood chips for that. How much wood chips does a wood chip chip if a wood chipper could chip wood? We spent all week messing around with that little woodchuck. He was cute, though. He was fatter than a little turd. I don't know what he was eating, but he was eating good. All right, now I've got to figure out what my property is like. Okay, so I bought that's my house right there, isn't it? I think I bought these pieces of land right here. Okay, so I can keep going down to there, I think. Let's find out. Now it's Bob your aunt's live-in lover. What? Now it's Bob's your aunt's live-in lover. That reminds me of that. Oh God, what was his name? He used to be a singer-songwriter that sang crazy songs. Oh, I can't think of his name. He used to sing a song, Mama used to love me, but I died. And then he changed it at some point, and he started singing it as "My uncle used to love me, but he died," or "Uncle used to love me, but he died," or "Till he died," or something. Can't think of his name though. Might as well take these out. I'm gonna take them out. Take them out to the ball game. Okay. Well. That's what she said. Craig. Okay, so my land should stop right here. But it doesn't. What's it? Oh, maybe not. I don't know where I'm at. Where am I? Okay, no, that's fine. It goes. I bought these two pieces, so it goes, I guess. Longer. Oh, I just ran right through that tree. Now I have a headache. Knock on wood, they say. Now I'm losing wood chips, but I still got plenty of trees to cut down. So, and I've been storing the wood chips. I don't know why. I should be selling them. You guys didn't miss me last week, did you? Bob used to be Babs. You never know nowadays. You guys may have noticed I got a haircut. I think I got the haircut before I left, though. I got my haircut, but I didn't trim my beard. I did trim my beard today, so it's a little bit shorter. It's a little bit longer than I normally wear it, but Bob used to be your auntie. Roger Miller, that's a guy's name. Roger Miller was one of the most prolific songwriters in his time. He wrote hundreds of songs, and he wrote them for other people until one day he was writing a song for Ray Price. And Ray Price was a country singer that had his own TV show. A lot of country singers had TV shows, variety shows back in the 60s and such. And Ray Price was one of them. He had this show. And all of these guys would hire Roger Miller to write songs for them. They'd like to have original songs to sing on their variety show. And one day, Roger came in and had a song, and he said, "Oh, you're going to like this one." And he started to sing it, and Ray Price says, "You know what? I really do like that one. But I like the way you're singing it. Why don't you sing it on my show?" And, of course, Roger's, "I'm not a singer. I'm a songwriter." And so, anyway, he did. And then from that point on, he became a singer and started singing his own songs and stuff. But he was kind of a wacky guy. He sang a lot of wacky songs and stuff. But he was kind of scatterbrained, too. They said it was always, they'd go, "Roger, where's the songs you got? Roger, we need those songs. Roger, we're going to the studio and just this afternoon. Have you got that song done?" And he wouldn't have ever had them done. And so they'd have to hound him. He'd say, "Okay, man, God, you've got an hour." And so he'd sit down and write a song in an hour and come out with it. They said it used to drive him nuts because he did that all the time. Some people have talent. I ain't one of them. I got a talent for trouble, and that's about it. I know how to get in trouble. I get in trouble all the time. You're a skint? Does that mean you're cheap? All right, I should be coming to an end here of my property, or my propata. All right, now let's switch around and go the other way. This is fun, isn't it? Okay, so let's get right about here, and we're going to flip this thing around again, reset it, pull it up, turn it on, turn it on. Bob's your uncle. Babs is your aunt. Trouble is... actually, Trouble could be my middle name, because I don't have a middle name. I asked my dad one time, at 13 kids, why is it I'm the only one that didn't get a middle name? And he said, your mom named you Rudolph. Isn't that bad enough? You want a middle name too? This is from a man whose name was Norman Northrup. My dad was named Norman Northrup, and I didn't know that for most of my adult life because everybody that he knew called him Jack. And my older brother, my one brother older than me by a year, not the oldest brother, but the next older from me was my brother Jackie. And I always thought that he was named after my dad because I thought my dad's name was Jack because everybody called him Jack. But no, his name was Norman Northrup. So when he said, why would you need a middle name too to go with Rudolph? But you know what? Now, I wish I could go back 70 years. Doesn't everybody? In Washington, you can choose any name you want. I would have given myself one, even if it was just an initial. Edward Robertson was an actor back in the 50s and 60s and 30s and 40s. And Edward Robertson, his stage name was Edward G. Robertson. And they asked him one time what the G stood for, and he says, nothing, just the letter G. He said, I didn't have a middle name. And he said, when you say Edward Robinson, that could be anybody. There's probably lots of Edward Robinsons. But he said, there's only one Edward G. Robinson. And he's probably right. Because you'll say Edward Robinson, nobody knows what you're talking about. You say Edward G. Robinson, and then you say, oh, you dirty rat. Because that's one of the things that he said supposedly in a movie. You dirty rat. Anyway. Now I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. What do I do now? I guess I know where my boundary's at. It goes up to this lake. Does it go through the lake, I wonder? I wouldn't think so. No, it doesn't. Does it? Yeah, I think it does. It might go up into here. It does. Right, because this is my property, right? I'm on my property. This river is my property. How about that? All right, well, let's get this guy. I don't know what to do. Let's get him out of here, I guess. Oh, I don't need to mow the river. The river 1 foot. A river 1 foot. Okay, what do I do now? Because I don't know. Where did I start this process? Up in the other field, I think. Let's go up that way. Have to mow right through my house, it looks like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to where I started and I'll set my lines. And then I can cross the road and the lines will still be correct. So I don't have any idea why I'm doing this. Not really. I just want to have my boundary for my property right. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? Over to the left just no, that's about right. Okay, so, but I need to do 90 degrees. There's 90 degrees, okay. And then let's flip it Flip it good. There we go. That's it. There we go. So now, if I cross the street and get on the other side of my house, this is my house, and get back over here. Was it here? Yeah, I think so. All right, I think it's this line. Let's turn it on. Line it up. All right, I do want some backyard, so we'll leave that. All right, here we go. Isn't that fun? Do it, Del Boy. Del Boy. Sell the water from the river to annoy your state. Yeah, no kidding. They put a meter on the river. Andy says he was bored. Andy, when did you guys go on daylight savings time? Last week or just this weekend? All right, so we know where the boundary's at. I'm thinking right now. You know what I'm going to do? I need to plow, and I need to know where to plow. That's why I want to know where my boundary to my field was. What I could do is I don't want to plow right up to the edge of the boundary. I want to leave myself a little leeway between fields, if you know what I mean. So if I use this row of grass as the boundary, I could use my plow and just plow right up against this line right here. The reason why I'm saying this is because I have to cut the rest of this grass. I don't want this grass to go wasted. I should be cutting this grass, right? So if I cut this grass up and then pick up all the grass that's cut except for this border line, the border line that goes clear around all the fields, wherever that border is, this border line, if I leave that and pick up all the grass inside that, then I'll know where to plow. Yeah, that's a ticket. I'll do that. Okay, so now we're just going to start mowing. Mowing. We got some mowing. Some mowing? We got some mowing to do. Peck 'em even. What? Or if you're posh like Andy, it would be Easter Sunday. Oh, you guys are posh, huh? You know, for the longest time when I was a kid, I thought rabbits laid eggs, and they were colorful. I thought, why do we eat chicken eggs when rabbits make such pretty eggs? Yeah. You stupid. Yeah, kind of. Don't believe everything you hear. Especially don't believe everything I say. Okay, so what are you going to do here? Turn it on. Turn it on the GPS, and off we go. Now we can actually do some farming after all this mess. Peck 'em even. What's a peck 'em? Peck 'em if you got 'em. I just hate those trees disappearing. What causes that? Okay, and it's like I said, I want to leave a backyard. So I'm thinking again. Yeah, I don't want to waste too much land, but then land is pretty cheap on this map. God, if you bought every field, what kind of farm would you be able to have? Good Lord. So I might just leave a strip in here. Know what I mean? I mean, it's not like the fields are small by any means. Okay. All right. Let's go back. I think I know what I'm going to do for now. Trim my mustache and it itches up above where I shaved. All right, so let's flip this around again, and I need to set this at 180 degrees. There we go, 180 degrees, and set that, turn it on, drop it. There it goes. Hydraulics must have to fill up or something. Trotters, independent traders. Tit. What? A borough in London, Craig knows what I mean. Craig knows what I mean. Oh, a borough in you call them boroughs, huh? Don't they do that in New York? Don't they have boroughs in New York? Like Manhattan and the Bronx? All right, so we got to go get our cutting machine here. We still have work to do. I guess that other trailer worked just fine. I thought this one pulled better, but it doesn't. It pulls fine if you're going straight. Oh my God, look at the size of that rock out there. I wonder if we can take the rock out. I wonder if I can delete that rock. I'll have to try. All right, so I don't need anything to the right. So I'll just take out the trees that are in my way, like that one. I need to trade like that pocket watch. What pocket watch? You guys talking about pocket watches? I got dozens of pocket watch. I'm a clock and watch guy. I love clocks. I love watches. I hate time. I wish I could control time. But I love watches and stuff. I got watch collections. I've got dozens of pocket watches, wrist watches. This I've been wearing here. This is one of them smart ones because it's been keeping track of my health and my exercise stuff. I turned it off last night. I shouldn't have. How the hell does it get turned back on? There it goes. Now it has to turn on because it's got a computer on it. Actually, if I had a different phone service, it doesn't like my phone service because I don't have a normal phone service. I have a service that I pay for every minute I use. I don't. I just buy time. My cell phone bill when Carol and I were working was a couple $100 a month for our two phones. And when I retired, I went to a cell phone that only uses the time. You know, if I need time, I buy it. So if I need time at the end of the month, I'll just buy 1,000 minutes or something. And now I pay $200 a year and still have time left on my phone at the end of the year. So it's a lot cheaper for us. But then again, we don't use our phones like normal people. I don't use my phone very seldom. The only reason I carry it with me, you guys know, is because I've got one of those sensors in my arm and it's connected to my phone. So I have to keep my phone with me all the time, which for my family is a good thing, because when they try to call Carol, she never answers her phone because mainly she buries it in her purse so she can't hear it. It's always dead because she forgets to charge it. When it rings, if it rings right now, like if I call my wife right now, I wouldn't get an answer. She'd have to call me back, because when it rings, somebody's yelling, "Mom, your phone's ringing." Well, what did I do with it? Where's it at? Oh, it's in your purse. Where's my purse? And by the time she gets to it, it's too late. So they know that I have to carry my phone with me because of my sensor in my arm. So I've always got my phone, so they can always text me or call me, and I'm right. I've got it in my hand because I need it for that purpose. That's all I use my phone for, though. I very rarely call anybody. We've got a Wi-Fi phone in the house. We're probably the only people we know that still have a landline. But Carol won't give it up because she likes the telephone number and doesn't want to give it up. So I have to pay for that every month. It's about $30 a month. But I get unlimited calling on it. We get unlimited long distance on it, and I can call overseas with it without paying extra charges. And not that I call anybody overseas, but I don't know anybody overseas. You guys, except for you guys. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, that's going to be cut down. What in the hell am I doing? Oh, those are on the other side. Is that one, though? Let me see. Is that one on the wrong side? It might be. I'm going to take it. Okay. I think I'm ready. And careful you don't get the whip as well. Whip it. Whip it good. Yeah, I love pocket watches. When I was at the bank, I was forced to wear a three-piece suit. What makes a three-piece suit? A vest. A vest makes it a three-piece suit. So you got slacks, a jacket, and a vest. Well, since I was forced to wear a vest, I always wore a pocket watch with a chain on it. So I'd look all uptown, you know what I mean? I'd look all continental. So I've got my first, one of my first pocket watches I got when I was, before I got married. I have a gold pocket watch, like it's a railroad watch. And when you flip it open, there's a picture of Carol and I at our wedding where we've got our arms intertwined and we're drinking a cup of champagne together. We're toasting each other. I've got a picture of that from our wedding, and that's what's in my pocket watch. And then I've got old railroad watches. I've got, well, you guys know I've got grandfather clocks. I got a bunch of grandfather clocks, and they all go off at the same time. Okay, now that we've done that, I'll just start going. Oh, crap. Got all those too, don't I? All of those have to come out. All right, fine. Don't get the whip as well. Whip it. Whip it good. Dan, 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 dan. Jagan had a good birthday. His father that hasn't, I shouldn't say it this way, it sounds bad. Let's just say his father hasn't seen him in like 5, 6, 7 years. and his father lives a couple blocks from us. His father came around and wanted to know if he could take Jagan to a soccer game in Portland. And I said, hell yeah, he'd love it. You know, where in the hell were you for birthdays and Christmas? Yeah, sure, God, yes. He'd love that. So he got to go to his first professional sporting event on his birthday week. Last Thursday was his birthday. And he got to spend spring break with one of his best friends because he doesn't go to school. His best friend lives in a different town that Jagan used to go to school at, and so he misses his friend. So he got to spend 2-3 nights of spring break with his friend playing games. Thursday came around. I wasn't there, so for his last birthday last year, he was with us at our condo, and we took him out to Mexican food. He got like a $50 meal. Jeez. I still have pictures of it. So everybody had to take pictures of their meal, you know, on his birthday. And so I told Carol. Carol says, I want to go out, you know, this week. And I said, let's go out Thursday. And she said, why Thursday? And I said, because that's Jacob's birthday. And we went out last year on his birthday. Let's go back to the restaurant that they loved. We'll buy what they ate last year. I'll take a picture of it, and I'll send it to him and say, happy birthday. Wish you were here. Carol thought that was cruel. But, of course, I did it. Anyway, he had a pretty good birthday. Better than I've ever had. I've never had a party. We were lucky to get a cake. And then we didn't get a cake. We had to share it with 13 kids. You didn't get much of a cake. You want a piece of cake? Yeah, I'll take that sliver right there. Well, that was all you're going to get anyway. I'm coming back later to get the stumps. Okay, I'm almost done here. Bear with me. It's been fun, hasn't it? I thought Andy had a butler. Or do they call the females a butler, or is that a maid? Because his wife, that's probably his maid. Did you marry your maid? I guess you couldn't be posh if you did that, though. Unless, I don't know what posh people do. What was that girl singing group that was the Posh Puffs or something? What the hell were they? They were something. There was a group of girls that played that were like that. Posh Puffs or the something. I can't remember. Didn't one of them marry a tennis player or something? I can't keep up with you English people. I'm going to get in trouble. It's time for me to go anyway. I might as well go out with a bang, having everybody hate me. Well, we didn't do a whole lot of farming today, but we got our 2 fields kind of squared out. I'm going to leave that forest there just for posterity. I can use it for a different field. But anyway, it's 5 minutes past me leaving, so I guess I better get out of here. The Spice Girls. Is that right? The Spice Girls? Weren't they Posh or something? Wasn't one of their names Posh or something? Posh Spice? Yeah, married a football. I bet that's not her real name. Or probably her real name was like Sally or something. The Spice Girls. With the Chili Peppers. There's some of those too, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Anyway, I gotta go, everybody. I hope you had fun. I'd say I was glad to be back, but I'm not sure. I guess I could say it. whether I'm sure about it or not. Victoria, there you go. She's named after the Queen. Do you guys know that your Queen was coronated right after my birthday in 1953? And she just died, last year? She was Queen a long time. I remember. I've got a book. I've got an encyclopedia book of the year 1953 and all the things that happened historically in that year, and I've got it behind me from a 1953 set of encyclopedias. And that was one of the things, Victoria getting crowned, coronation. Anyway, yeah, she was queen a very long time. Very long time. All right, I'm out of here. Thanks, guys. Hope to see you next Thursday. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Enjoy whatever Lori's cooking tonight. And I'll see you on Thursday. I'm coming back to this map because how can I not? There's too much work to do. So hope you had fun, and I'll see you then. Ta-ta for now. Bye, everybody.